Because my life is pain, PNF. I have a life a lot of people couldn't handle. My life could be so much easier than it is right now. I'm not... Leon, why would you even ask me that? Matter of fact, get banned, Leon. The more publicity I get put on me, the worse my life will be. My weight isn't the issue. I'm about to end it. We only made $15 in 2 hours. The whole world's against me. Having a disaster stream.
Probably shouldn't see this as your therapy session.
I don't got nobody to talk to.
Say my name.
Brick and bake it.
You're goddamn right.
I know a dude right now that streams Diablo 2 and gets 800 viewers. And Diablo 2 is a 25-year-old game. Like, how old the game is means nothing. It just means I do a bad job. You're not going to get training streams. That's just probably not going to happen. You might get a Wii boxing stream. I'm not going to try it. I don't have the setup for it. All I have is an iPhone. And I don't have anybody to hold it. I don't have any way to set it up. Nothing of that nature. Like, my stream setup is set up right here. How did I can move, man. I'm not I'm not at the point where I can't move. Yeah, but then I can't interact with chat. And I'm going to be gassed within the first 15 minutes. And then most of the stream is me sitting down outside with bongos sniffing at me. Wind's going to make the audio trash. It'll be a bad stream. And then people just complain about the stream being bad. It's good. I'll do this and train on my own. I also don't want to scare Boogie. Because Boogie already thinks he's going to lose. And the only way I don't get paid is Boogie dropping out. I guarantee you right now, Boogie will get tired within one exchange if we fought right now. Because fighting is very cardio intensive. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to have a posse with me everywhere I go. Dude, like I said, I ain't a fighter. But you got to understand, like, most of these guys that come here to hate on me, they ain't fighters either. It's a big leap meeting somebody in person and doing what they do. No, there's gonna be the entire Punch Happy crew. There's gonna be other fighters that are taking place in the event. There's gonna be trainers, coaches. Like, it's not gonna be like you're walking by yourself to places. Dude, I'm gonna be real with you. My fan base isn't gonna grow. Half the people out here are convinced that the fight isn't gonna happen from like troll videos. I'm gonna get my bag and just go back to doing what I do right now. And to put it in fact, I'm gonna fight Boogie in London, and I still probably won't make half of what Phil makes this year. That's the sad part. Again, I've seen London in pictures. I don't know. They'll come out when they come out. You got that right. DSP's in 3 times the debt I am. I mean, the only debt I have right now is the debt I just accrued on my house. That's it. Dude, I'm not even stressed about my debts. Like, I'm more stressed about savings than I am debts. Like, my savings is nowhere where I want it to be. Like, at this point in my life, I should have over 100K in the bank, and I don't. What's your plan for obtaining more money, Jordy? The plan's not obtaining more money. You're always going to have to make money. The plan is to just find a way of life that you're happy with, that you net a positive of money. That you spend less money than you use. That's the goal. Like, you ever heard the term, like, it doesn't matter how much you make, it determines how you spend it? That's what they're saying. I mean, like you can't really get ahead in today's society with, like, a McDonald's job, right? Unless it's, like, your second or third job. So, like, to believe, like, you know, because, like, it's almost impossible to live on the salary that, like, somebody like a McDonald's pays. That's why people always advocate for a higher minimum wage, because, like, most wages now don't even cover the basic necessities. Because we live in a country where, like, a car is considered a privilege, but it should be considered a necessity. Right? It's like internet. Internet's considered a privilege, but if you don't have access to the internet, you can't even apply for most jobs now. Or, like, example, like a bank account's a privilege that should be considered a necessity. Because, like, most jobs won't even write you a paper check. Yeah, in New York City it's not. Unless you're going to bike 20 miles a day to work an 8 to 12 hour shift at minimum wage, shit gets rough. I'm not... Leon, why would you even ask me that? Matter of fact, get banned, Leon. Like I'll unban you later. But that dumbass response. You see people try to use information I put out there against me. People ask me stuff to try to get information so they can do these you know, shit like this, and then you ask me, like, what day am I flying out? First, I don't know. There's your answer. Second, it's like I'm not going to give you that information. I'm not going to tell you what hotel I'm staying at. I'm not going to tell you what day I'm flying out. If money was no object, what country would I visit? None of them. If money wasn't a big deal, I'd probably sit around, chill with a wife for the rest of my life, wait around for death. Like, I have no ambitions to go do other shit, right? Like, I don't want to see the world. It's like, if you offered me a trip that paid me nothing, but it was at no cost to me to see the Grand Canyon, I would look at it as like 3 days I didn't get to stream, and I'd be $300 in the negative. That's the way I would look at it. Sundry, I don't expect a bump at all in the fight. Like, if I would have got a bump, I would have got a bump when the fight was announced, and I didn't. I honestly believe that the more publicity I get put on me, the worse my life will be. Probably I'd feel different, Brandon, but I'm not. I'm not in a bad mood right now. I was in a bad mood the other day. If I'm in a bad mood right now, I'd be banning everybody. I usually ban people over and over again when I'm in a bad mood. I'm not going on PK. No, I mean, like, my life is always this bleak. I just don't talk about it. It's just like, like it's not really bleak. I don't care about seeing the world, my homebody. And because my life is pain, PNF. Mysterious Drifter, because he was the guy that's filming the Keemstar interview. Other than that, I don't know anything else. He also lives near me. I don't have one. Dude, I would disagree with you. My life could be so much easier than it is right now. Michael Merchant, I know what you're trying to say, and what you're actually coming at me like is I don't live in one of the poorest states in the Union. I understand what hardship is, man. I understand. I've seen people addicted to heroin, Dilatas. I've seen people, fucking abandon their kids and sell like fucking the catalytic converter off their car to fucking feed a heroin addiction. I've seen people drink themselves to death. I've seen it all. I came from a poor background. I know where it is. I know what hardship is. I know what being poor is. I have a fear of roaches because the house I grew up in, they used to crawl on me when I slept. Right? Do I have the hardest life in the world? No. But I have a life a lot of people couldn't handle. 100%, Thomas. Me and my brother only got 1 or 2 games, if that, a year. We usually got something on our birthday, and we got something on Christmas. Dude, you act like I've never had an outside job. Remember when I used to do DoorDash, and I did that more and made less money, but it made me happier because I was outside the house and not having to deal with people? Working a regular job isn't that fucking bad. Like, the only reason I haven't just quit streaming now is because of my fucking legs. And I'm working on getting my fucking back surgery right now to try to fix that problem. Because I can't stand up for the same spot for like 5 or 10 minutes. I have to be moving. And as I've gotten older, it's gotten worse. I can't stream DoorDash. Trolls got me fired from it. Uber Eats isn't in my area like that. Hell, DoorDash ain't in my area like that anymore. Like, DoorDash was only popping because of the stimulus checks. You got a lot of people that didn't have money that had money, and they used it to buy hamburgers for $40. So DoorDash was popping. Dude, my weight isn't the issue. People hate on Low Tier God, and he ain't fat. Cameo would be a big earner for me, Thomas. Let me show you something. I'm gonna pull back the curtain for you one time. The first hour of this stream, right? I had a person sitting here talking about the owner of the OVO Arena is getting sent all the clips that they have that's taken out of context that I've already apologized for in the New York Times. And they're still trying to weaponize it because they don't want me to succeed. That's the whole gist of it. They just don't want me to make any money or to try to make any opportunities, right? And they're trying their best to get me to not have this boxing opportunity. Right? How long do you think my Cameo would last? 1 day? 2 days? 3 days? How long? Because the second I open a Cameo account is the second I lose a Cameo account. It's the second I open one, it's a burnt bridge. So the best way to wait is till all this shit ends. Mr. Wings, I'm sure you discussed with Kip out there. I used to be, I think Michael's content is mainly clickbait. No, we just talk. Me and Kip by the cameras, I'm not going to get into his business. But we just talked about, life and shit like that. There was nothing really talked about. He forgot that we met in 2010. I got through off of, I'll tell you right now, I got threw off of like Streamlabs and Stream Elements because they sent like a letter claiming I was the leader of a pedophile ring, and these were all these YouTube clips claiming I was a pedophile. They do the same thing to Cameo. They're probably doing the same thing to the people that do this boxing shit. It doesn't matter if you're jealous or not. Their goal is to get me to lose opportunities. Like look at this right here. Like, I could legitimately sell, like, my trunks to Wendy's right now if I wanted to for, like, $100,000. But if I came out and said I did that, they would just go there and try their hardest to get it canceled. Like, I couldn't celebrate it. And even if I showed up and got the bag beforehand, I'd be burning a bridge there, too. I'm about to end stream out. No, this is Final Fantasy 12. I'm about to end it. We only made $15 in 2 hours. No, I'm not mad about that. I didn't plan on streaming it all today. So like, it is what it is. But this is why I don't stream anything but like Call of Duty. Honestly, I'm probably gonna be streaming less and less Pingling. I've been doing this shit for 7 years now, and it feels like the whole world's against me. And it gets exhausting. It's just stupid, man. It's just stupid. I'm not a bad person. I'm nothing these people make me out to be. Their goal is to like get me arrested, which is never gonna happen because I've never done anything illegal. So like, since they can't do that, they do shit and they pretend to be people and all this other mess. Yeah, it's because that's all people talk about. Like, the same thing with Phil. Like, I understand completely why Phil, because people complain like, Phil, why you always talk about money? It's because the only thing people ask Phil about is money. That's it. It's the only thing they ask him about is money. They don't interact with the game he plays. They don't really have fun with it. Like, I was watching a guy the other day named Zero Lenny. He does these like he plays like Dark Souls games and like reads like IGN guides and like does exactly what the IGN guide does. And it's like, I was enjoying myself watching his video, then all of a sudden I see a clip where I had emotional breakdown. And it's like, it made me sad as fuck, man. It's like, is that all people see me as? It's like a fucking meme. Yeah, but again, you only can talk about what people ask you about. Like, all people are asking about is like, when's the Keemstar video? I don't fucking know. Do I look like Keemstar? I look like I ate Keemstar, maybe. Keemstar's videos have a lot more into it than the normal videos. Like, Keemstar has audio engineers, and I don't know when the videos are coming out. I'm sure Keemstar is getting paid enough to make sure the videos come out. Did I unsubscribe? What do you mean? All I'm saying is this, and this won't go make it on troll videos. But you gotta sometimes realize I'm a human too. And I think a lot of people forget that. That people that you watch, Phil, anybody, they're humans at the end of the day. Thank you, Cloud, again for the donation. And I think a lot of people miss that. They're human beings here. I'm not some monster. I don't have an ulterior motive. All I try to do is make money, play video games, and talk to you guys. That's it. Like, but people want to continually compare me to like shit that I did almost 2 decades ago. What's my thoughts on the Chris Benoit murders? That it's a tragedy. It's an example of doing something that you think you're gonna love. Bishik, yo Jordy, just so people are asking to be satiated. Michael from the crew yesterday. Who's Michael from the crew? Is that like kid behind the camera's name? It's like I don't know. I don't know Michael. Most part, yeah. I knew Overflow in Keemstar's name. I just didn't really ask. Like, most of it was all business. Like, we went straight out and did the training footage, did the drone shots, came back in, did the interview. And like, what you're seeing the other day where they're signing the wall was like towards the end of it where everybody was tired and I was sitting down and shit. Like, I'm more anxious now that since I complained publicly, people are going to use it against me, and I know they will. So it's like it's whatever. And at this point, I just deal with life as it comes to me. My goal is to spend as little money as humanly possible, try to make much money as humanly possible, and deal with shit as it pops up. Pingling, ask to be a mod again, I'll just ban you, dude. Yeah, Keemstar, the whole thing with the Pepsis, which I haven't been trying to drink much soda, because I'm trying to lose this weight, which I've lost since I got on Exempit. I've lost over 10 pounds. Otto, how much you getting paid, man? All weight loss drugs take off muscle mass. That's a side effect of That's a side effect of losing weight, because if you're not working out while basically starving yourself, your body's going to eat muscle before it eats fat, because muscles have more nutrients in it than fat cells. That's where Ozempic loses muscle. It's the same as every other weight loss drug or surgery or anything of that nature. You don't use muscle, you're going to lose muscle. Scales now? That's not how that works, man. If you want something from me, what's in it for me? What you got for me? Besides a demand. That's what it is. Use it or lose it. I'm not worried about Boogie at all. Like, honestly. I know exactly what I weigh right now. I weigh between 414 and 415 right now. You realize a guy my size, you realize in 2 months I lost over 100 pounds after weight loss surgery, right? I could easily be 380 before the fight. And that's where my goal is. My goal is to be 380 before the fight. Nah, I was 414 before doing everything out. May 13th. I was not 420 on the date of the surgery. I was 472 on the date of the surgery. And there's no point where I claim to be 420 on the date of the surgery. Stop talking about shit like you know, man. I barely play Call of Duty anymore, Zalem. Let's see how much money we made. I have an issue with music in games. Like, I get headaches real easily if I hear the same repetitive sound. So, like, that's the quickest way to get me irritated. So, like, I can't stand hearing... Like, I can't hear the game at all. Like, I have my headset completely turned off. Like, all I hear right now is, like, the air conditioner in the background. You can't hear my PlayStation at all, man. What you're hearing is my air conditioner. My PS5 doesn't make a noise. I don't have any of my R6 on them. I had a camo on my account worth more than $1,000. Like, if you sold access to it.
Dream, what you doing?
Having a disaster stream. What about you?
This is not a disaster stream. Yeah, you probably shouldn't see this as your therapy session.
I don't got nobody to talk to. You give me the same answers all the time.
Because they're the right answers. I don't have to change my answer because they're right. I don't know, Batman the Farter. Donate $50 and we'll find out. Oh God, stop.
Shit, I gotta make the donation goal somehow. We're at $40. And 20 of that came from Squirrel.